Listen, I appreciate this. I know it's a hard decision for you. Is that lad, and I shall be told off when I get home to the wife. But it's a good thing you're doing here. He's amongst his own. 'Tis odd, though, a mystery how he found Darcy. The trip, incredible. Howard agreed. The two men stood silent for a while, just going over everything in their minds. They were lost in their thoughts. The silence was broken. Ah, Howard, there you are. Jed said goodbye. Howard said his farewell, and don't forget when you visit, free entry for you and your family. It will be noted in the ticket booth. The two men waved. Jed had a heavy heart, but he knew it was right, and now he had that long journey to figure out how he was going to explain to his wife. Howard, come to my office. Howard wondered what his father was going to say. They had barely got into the room when his father started talking. Now listen, we've had an offer to appear on Blue Peter. Can you believe it? Blue Peter. They want to do a piece on our capuchins. His father clapped his hands. The takings. Have you seen yesterday's takings? Howard, I don't know how you've done it. This publicity stunt of yours, absolute genius. Monday morning we have a meeting with the council. They're willing to have talks about those acres of land you want at the back of the zoo. So you prepare one of those good talks you do. It has to be good. It has to be good news. They approached us. Rang this morning, a Saturday. I know why, it's the election soon. That man's not silly. Howard's father stood up, walking towards the door. Genius, Howard, smiling, walked past his son and out the door. Howard had not uttered a single word. He turned towards the door, stopped, and triumphantly punched his fist in the air. Seamus, Boris, Petra, and Coco had all gone into their sleeping quarters for privacy. They jumped up and down with glee. Then Seamus looked sad. Petra put her arms around him. I know, I feel guilty too. But you had heard, Jed, he's going to visit us every year. It was his decision. Boris said everything has worked out better than we imagined even possible. Coco said, you know, you're going to have to carry on with your writing stuff. That won't stop here. This will get worldwide. Boris gulped nervously. What a responsibility, but it was for the best. Our lives will improve, our group will grow, our enclosure will be much bigger. Mighty Oak certainly is a mighty tree. Coco said, I agree, but in my books, Boris, you're the true hero. If it wasn't for you going to Mighty Oak in the first place. Boris, you saved us. Plus, I can get these fixed at last, pointing to his teeth, winking at Boris. The four friends laughed. The Whites returned home. The journey had been quiet, except for one moment. Rose jumped, realizing they were going to be on television. You spoke beautifully, Rose. Don't worry. You look beautiful, classy, and please don't worry. We had not had the picnic until after we were interviewed. The children were immaculate. You too, Ron. She patted her husband on the knee. Andrew arrived home the same time. He went to take Gary and Christopher home when Ron said, I'll do it, lads. I've things to discuss with their parents. But I always do. Andrew, I'll do it today. Thank you. We've been on television, Andrew. Mark, not here, darling. Come indoors. Mum, what's going on? Andrew, indoors, darling. When they were indoors, Rose explained everything to Andrew. Whilst doing so, Mark pulled at his mother's skirt. Can I go in the garden, Mummy, please? Not now, darling. Please, Mummy, just to get my Batmobile. Oh, all right, darling. Then straight in. Mummy, darling, I'm talking to Andrew. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. Rose unlocked the back door and opened it for Mark. He ran straight to Mighty Oak. We did it. Like you said, we did it. Good boys, thank you. You've helped Boris so much. Mark gleefully clapped his hands and ran back indoors. Rose was unpacking the bags. She found Mark's Batmobile. Mark, your car's here, darling. Ron returned. Everything all right? A bit awkward, but no, it's fine. We didn't know the film crews were going to be there. Andrew suddenly shouted, Well, I would like to have been on television. He stormed out, slamming the door. Ron was just about to follow when Andrew came in laughing, only joking. Television, how embarrassing. Mark, why did you take all your pads and crayons? Mark had no answer for his brother. Everyone was looking at Mark. His little eyes were red, tears welling up. Mark, it's all right. Will you help Mummy get tea? Yes, Mummy. Rose, listen, love, what are you making? I'm just doing spam sandwiches. Well, tell you what, as a treat, it's been such a busy day. You relax. Andrew and I are going to get fish and chips. Oh, Ron, thank you. Good idea. Outside, the Major was telling everyone what happened, every detail. Well, Mighty Oak, you've done it again. I'll be honest, Howard's father, furious like that. I thought our mission was blown. Well, I'd better be off, Major. Thank you so much. Sir, it was a privilege. Until next time. Goodbye, Timmy. Goodbye, sir. He saluted the Major. Timmy, you all right? Yes, it's incredible. I'm so pleased. It's going to be very quiet. Timmy? Yes. I've been thinking, you're Dre, instead of living there, how do you feel about moving? Moving? Yes, moving here. Have your Dre in my trunk. Really? Yes, it's up to you, Timmy. Timmy thought it would save his travelling. He would be here when Mighty Oak needed him. His parents were gone. Snubs was gone. Yes, please. Timmy leapt onto the fence. I'm just going to get some things, and was gone. He didn't hear the mighty tree saying, you can collect your things tomorrow. As Timmy was charging to his tray, he was thinking, I knew it would work. I knew it would. And now I'm going to live in Mighty Oak. This was a brilliant day. Meanwhile, in Blackpool, in a flat above the Cotton Cockle fish and chip shop, a man is watching the news. On the arm of his settee, a folded tartan blanket. He places his hands on it and smiles.